A lot of times when a story comes across my desk, I am skeptical. This was one of those stories. I was sent an email by several different people, including the kid himself that the story involves, about a Albuquerque, New Mexico gun store that confiscated his Polymer 80 because it didn't have any serial numbers. I was skeptical, but it turns out he was absolutely being honest, and the gun store is Shooters Den in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and let's go ahead and talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, Wolverines. This is John Crump News, where we report on 2A issues almost every day. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and I did a little bit of research into a situation going on with a gun store in Albuquerque, New Mexico called the Shooters Den. But before we get into that, if you like what I do here, go ahead and subscribe. It will really help me out. Okay, guys. So there was a kid who is under 21 but over 18, so it's totally illegal for him to build a Polymer 80, and he built a Polymer 80 in New Mexico. And he went into a gun shop. The gun shop is called Shooters Den, and he wanted to buy some Glock mags. While he was there, he also wanted to buy a holster for his Polymer 80. As you know, it can be difficult to find a holster for Polymer 80. So when he talked to the owner said, yep, go ahead, bring it in. Let's try out some holsters. So he went out to his car, retrieved his firearm, which he legally built, and brought it into the store. The guy looked at the gun and said, wait, there's no serial number on this. He then asked for ID, which the kid provided, and then he said, oh, I'm not going to give you back your firearm because I don't believe that you should have this because there's no serial number and you're under 21. Keep in mind, the kid did not violate any law. The guy said he was going to turn it over to the ATF, and if the kid left, he wouldn't turn over his name, which is a bunch of BS because the kid broke no law. So the gun store refused to return the firearm. The kid called the police but waited forever, and the police just never showed up, and the gun store shut down. So he left and tried to get the gun back. The gun store still refused to return it. So what is going on now is, after I contacted the gun store and told them I was writing an article and doing a video, they decided now they're going to return the firearm. They said they got the okay from the ATF. I talked to some local ATF people out there, and they basically said they have no idea what the hell Shooters Den was thinking. The kid violated no laws. So this is not something that they handle, and they told the owner of Shooters Den to give the gun back to the kid because technically the guy stole the kid's gun. Now, the owner called the kid and is offering to return the gun. As of right now, I don't know if the gun has been returned or not. As of this morning, it still has not, but the owner did say that they did contact the kid. Now, this brings up several different things. One, the owner did steal the gun, so I think that's pretty much a felony. Two, the gun was stored overnight in Shooters Den possession. That is not serialized, which violates the whole entire frames and receiver rule because there's no way that they can check in the firearm without serialization. So now they violated ATF rules, and they violated the law by stealing this gun. When I say stealing the gun, they took the guy's possessions without his permission and refused to return it. This is just like me walking up and saying, hey, can I see your cell phone? I say, sure, you can take a look at my cell phone. I hand over my cell phone. You decide that you're going to keep it because you aren't sure about my character, which is total BS. What I think is going on here is that the owner of the store and the store employees have no idea about the law. They have no idea about ATF regulations, which they should know because they are a gun shop. they could be a bunch of FUDs and just don't believe in the home building of firearms. But who knows? Whatever the case is, I would never, ever, ever do business with Shooters Den, and I don't think any of you should do it either, because they showed you where they stand, and they stand firmly in the side of an unconstitutional rule, and they will violate your rights just because they don't think that you should have something, which is not a good look for them. This goes to show you that even gun shops will violate your rights and bend the knee to an oppressive government. This case is even worse because the oppressive government had nothing to do with this. They did not want to have this firearm because the kid broke no laws. So the ATF said, "Give him back the gun, you idiot." I'm just being facetious there, but the ATF did tell Shooters Den that they could return the gun to the gun's owner. The gun is still in the shop as far as I know. Hopefully that it'll be picked up today. But if you are in the Albuquerque, New Mexico region and you use Shooters Den as your go-to gun shop, I would start looking for another gun shop, because we know what they will do if anything comes across their desk that they don't think is right, even if it is totally legal. From talking to Shooters Den, they don't seem like they want to elaborate on anything. But I did tell them that they violated several laws, but they stopped responding to me, and they cannot cite any type of regulation that would allow them to do what they did. So I'm chalking this up to a gun store that is ran by a bunch of FUDs that I will never do business with, and I hope none of you out there will do business with them at all. Oh, and by the way, before we go, I did check with several different firearms attorneys to see if I'm missing something or if there's some type of rule that allows Shooters Den to do what they did. All of them have assured me that they don't know of any rule or regulation that would allow Shooters Den to steal someone's property. But hey, I don't know. Maybe there is. I just missed it, and the lawyers I spoke to missed it. I think that this is a situation, like I said, of a bunch of FUDs. All right, what do you think about this situation? Would you ever do business with Shooters Den? Should they be given a second chance? Is there something that you think that I got wrong or missed in the story? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. It really does help with the algorithm, and engagement is the most important thing on YouTube. All right, guys, that is it. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keeping the fight. I am out of here. Wolverines, motherfucker.